for the final wildcard spot with the Cincinnati Reds. They are starting a new series with the Atlanta Braves in Atlanta tonight. Nolan McLean, the new phenom for the New York Mets pitcher, is pitching tonight for the Mets. It is 0-0 in the top of the second inning. Brett Baty just had a one-out single, and so we're going to be with you doing food delivery here tonight and also just talking New York Mets baseball and sports in general. We're going to see what sort of orders we can find to hopefully keep us busy while also talking. Unfortunately, this game is on Apple TV tonight. I don't know why Apple TV would want this game. This probably looked like a premier matchup when they booked it back in whatever, January or February. So, anyway, that's what we've got. The New York Mets just trying to figure this out. So anyway, my name is Craig. Welcome to Side Hustle. We are here to help you get free in your life in a variety of different ways, and just ask you to hit that like and hit that subscribe as we're on the journey to 2,000 subscribers. And there's going to be a base hit by Tyrone Taylor as well. So Mets have runners on first and second with one out. We're going to start moving. I've been sitting here for a few minutes just kind of relaxing, and no orders have come in. I saw one that I almost took on Instagram. Probably should have been quicker on it, but I wanted to analyze it, but I end up passing on it. So we're going to just kind of move around. I don't even think we're going to park anywhere for a little bit, unless there's a lot of stuff going on, but we're going to just maybe do a little bit of a loop. See if we can find something. Again, these apps seem to prefer a little bit as you move a little bit more, a little more movement, a little less sitting around doing nothing. So we're going to see how that plays out for us. Hayden Sanger is up for the Mets. He is catching tonight. Of course, Francisco Alvarez currently on the injured list, and Sanger caught McLean quite a bit in the minor leagues, and so they're trying to pair McLean up with a catcher that he's a little more familiar with. So you would either go with someone, ideally you would want Alvarez maybe here, but in this particular case, they're going to run with that. Black Bear, how's it going? Teresa, how's it going? Appreciate you guys. Here talking New York Mets baseball tonight. It is 0-0 in the top of the second. Mets have runners on first and second with one out. And here's a base hit by Hayden Sanger into left field. Baty is going to score on the play. Tyrone Taylor is going to go to third. It's a 2-out RBI single for the Mets. Mets have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. So with 2 outs, the Mets are able to get a run home. That is Hayden Sanger's second career Major League Baseball RBI. Bud, Astros all day. How are the Astros doing? I haven't actually checked over there. Have they continued to kind of set themselves up for a good playoff run? Because the Mets are definitely struggling hardcore right now. It's been painful to watch as a Mets fan for the last really 2 months straight. But I know the first couple months of the season, Astros kind of looked irrelevant, and then they kind of took over the division. But Altuve's got it this year. Yeah. Well, and how's Correa done since he's returned? I think that was a great move by the Astros to bring Correa back. Obviously, the Twins were liquidating the entire team, but that just seemed like a perfect reunion there. It's 1-0 Mets here, top of the second inning. Nolan McLean, the young pitching prospect for the Mets, is pitching tonight. He got out of the bottom of the first. He hit the first batter, but otherwise got out of the eighth in the bottom of the first. We're just out hunting for a good DoorDash order if we can find one, or DoorDash or Grubhub or Instacart. So I do a variety of different side hustles. So I deliver for DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, Grubhub, catering apps. I sell on eBay. I have sold on Amazon in the past, sell on Facebook Marketplace, plus a little bit of YouTube. We do a little bit of everything. Therefore, a side hustle. That's the name of the channel. So the goal of this channel is to help move 10,000 people from stupidly broken to fully free in soul, heart, mind, strength, and wallet. But we also like to just hang out some nights while we're out just doing delivery work, talk sports, talk baseball. We do baseball and football streams on here from time to time. So especially Mets and Dolphins games, but we'll cover other sports as well. Yeah, we're just kind of working through a lot of things. I'm working to get out of debt right now, and so we're kind of doing side hustles and teaching people how to do it as we go. So right now we are monetized on YouTube. We make very little on YouTube. I make about $1 a day in ad revenue. Plus we do have a few channel members who help support this channel as well. So when we first started doing, we started getting like 50 cents a day. So we're up to about $1, and we're just slowly building up our video catalog. My goal, I would say, my next goal for YouTube revenue is to get to the point where we're making $100 a month. So YouTube does payouts. You don't get paid out from YouTube until you hit $100 in reserve. So if I want to actually have some sort of a monthly income coming off of YouTube, then like to actually get a paycheck from YouTube every month, I would need to make $100 a month. Yeah, so I would say this, your success on YouTube is obviously going to vary on a whole lot of different things, bud. But I have multiple videos on the channel as to why I think it's great to start YouTube. Don't expect to get, monetized quickly. Maybe you'll get monetized quickly. It took this channel about 10 months, and there were certainly some lucky breaks along the way. But I've got a full playlist on like getting started on YouTube and stuff I wish I knew before I got started. So go check it out. If I get a chance to park here in a couple minutes, I'll post a link up. Yeah, I mean, so what you want to, how you want to treat YouTube with kids, obviously that's a very personal decision for every family. I would just say, obviously, do lots of research so you're comfortable, and you make sure, obviously, your family is protected with whatever decisions you decide to make for that. I'm not here to give you advice on what you should or shouldn't do with that, because obviously that's kind of a very polarizing topic. My family will be in some of my videos, but I don't make them a main feature of my videos. Every once in a while they'll do a ride along with me or different things like that. So Bruce, in terms of having a gift of gab, sometimes if you're doing live stuff, but it just kind of depends on what you are comfortable with. I think if you figure out your strengths, you can do fairly well with just doing scripted videos and not having to go live. I've got a background in public speaking and done quite a bit of large audience speaking. So the idea of talking to a camera, it was strange for the first week or so. But once you start having a group of regulars, who come on and hang out with you on a regular basis, you start to realize that. And then, I've met a couple of people who've watched me online in person because they also do like food delivery in my area or whatever. So after a while, it can just be a skill set that you can acquire through time. So, and I'm certainly far from perfect at it, but I have learned, you've got to minimize the dead spots when you're doing live stream, because nobody wants to just sit there and stare at you. But sometimes it's, it's a learning process. And I would definitely say if you look back at some of my really old live streams, you'll see lots of dead time and time where I'm very uncomfortable. The only way you get better is just to keep doing it. So like, I would recommend, if you want to start on YouTube, figure out your topic, make like one good high quality video a week to start with. And if you're looking for like a long-term strategy, videos that are searchable, that kind of basically like treating YouTube as a search engine, and kind of try to figure out like, okay, what sort of stuff do I have an expertise in? What sort of stuff do I know a little bit more about? And then kind of just build off of there. And then you can even turn researching of new things into new videos. So you can learn about something new and then make that some sort of video as well. So of course I've got lots of videos on this channel about food delivery, gig delivery work, and like recently I've been revitalizing my eBay store. So I'm doing not quite a day by day, but about 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I've been doing cataloging, you know, my progress on revitalizing my eBay store, turning it from a dead store into a store that I hope is going to actually replace my food delivery, gig delivery income here over the next year or so. And so I'm showing the actual process. And so that's both my long-term audience that's been with me for a while. Some of them have taken on moving an eBay store or whatever. But it's also opening up to a new audience of people who are on YouTube to learn about eBay. So here, let me do this. Let me just get parked here really quick. And I can throw up see if I can find a playlist link. See if I can quickly throw up a link for those of you guys who are interested in learning a little bit more about getting going on YouTube. As long as I don't get an order I gotta drive to right away. Do this really quick. It's not quite sunset here, but very soon. Yeah, that is true. You could try to do something along the lines of just sleeping and monetizing your sleep. You know, someday maybe I'll do like a non-stop 24/7 vlog of me. I don't know who would really want to watch that though. But there is kind of that morbid curiosity, I think, sometimes that people like that. Okay, so let me do this really quick, and then we'll all right, I'm going to try to get over to playlist here really quick. Just to make it easier for you. I know you guys can find this yourself, but let's go here. Can I get to it from this, or do I have to go to... All right, I got to go to the other app here really quick to get to my playlist, I think. I probably am going to be making a new YouTube update video soon. Let me see if I can find... Here we go. YouTube tips. Let's copy that. So, yeah, I've got a bunch of different videos on the topic, and so here's a playlist for you if you're interested in getting started on YouTube. There's my YouTube tips playlist. I'll pin it for you too. Oh, Midnight, you got me stumped on this one. I don't know this one. I might know the chorus, but you got me stumped on this one tonight. So anyway, if you're looking to get going on your YouTube journey, I'm not like a YouTube expert. I'm just an average guy who's just learned along the way, and so put together, yeah, just a chunk of different videos that I think will help you in a variety of different ways, and find the ones that you like. There's 10 videos in the playlist, so hopefully it's helpful to you if you're looking to get going on that. Well, we had one good order at the end of our last stream, and then it's been just absolutely quiet since, which is kind of scary. So it is almost that time. It's almost 8 o'clock where I like to head to the south end of town. Yeah. I'm still stumped. But I'm going to see if ChatGPT can help me here. Picture of it. What are the lyrics? song Midnight is referring to. We're gonna see if ChatGPT can do this. The lines in your screenshot from Midnight are lyrics from the song Should Have Been a Cowboy by Toby Keith, 1993. That's the opening verse and part of the chorus of the song. So ChatGPT once again proves it is smarter than me. So the Mets end up scoring 2 there. The Mets score their second run on a Juan Soto walk in the top of the second. So Hayden Sanger has an RBI single. Yeah, for sure, Bruce. Like, that's exactly the thing, is like, you've got to figure out where your priorities lay with everything. One of the newest things that I've been learning with YouTube in general is, don't worry about looking professional. Like, everything that I watched and listened to when I got started was like, you got to have the thumbnail, you got to have the title, you got to... And look, I'm not discounting that those things can certainly help. But from a broader perspective, it's a whole lot better to just get something up every week, even if it's not the absolute best you can do, and then just keep improving with time. And I think, even for myself, there were a lot of times I was like, I really want to do this big long video, but I don't have time to sit down and edit all this and make all this work. And I'd be like, okay, so now I'm going to do nothing. And it would have been better for me to have made some smaller, quicker videos. And that's one of the things that I'm working on now, is like, I'm just trying to make not necessarily just filler videos, but like with these eBay videos, I lay out everything before I ship anyway every day. So it's like, I just take a video, here's my thought process, here's the thought process of all the things that I bought for the eBay store, good, bad, ugly. And of course that gives me accountability, because I got to stand before you and do that. Yeah, shorts is another way to do it. I mean, you could try to build an entire channel on shorts. I've had less success with shorts because I just don't have I don't really know how to pull off kind of the sense of humor that shorts really does. I've had certain individual shorts that are successful, but in general, that's not what's worked for me. And that's what's great though about YouTube, is you just try a bunch of different things, figure out what works for you. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We ended that DoorDash. And then we're gonna start a new dash here. So we had 2 good individual hours, but it's been pretty slow overall tonight, especially for a Friday. So let me get this done. It is 2-0 Mets going to the top of the third now as we speak. So you're a Detroit Tigers fan, Bruce? Tigers got off to a great start. I don't actually know where they are. Where are the Tigers in the standings right now? Are they? They are still the top record in the American League. Actually, second best record in baseball to only the Brewers. So it looks like they had a turnaround, because they had like kind of a rough stretch for a few weeks, but they got a turnaround. And for all the talk of how horrible the Yankees have been, the Yankees still have the 4th best record in the American League, and they have a better record than the Mets. So just kind of as a side note. All right, Pete Alonso is going to be leading off for the Mets here. We're going to move to our next thing. Try to find some orders. We're going to head towards downtown and towards one of our favorite places to go. I think we're just going to head to Magic Dumpster. So Magic Dumpster is where we go sometimes to get in good order when orders are slow. And It's in a back alley behind some of our nice high-end restaurants in town here. By the way, I'm coming to you guys from Southwest Florida, in case I didn't mention that, but we're gonna go see what we can find or see if we see anything else along the way. Guy with a trombone out in the parking lot here. Looks like he's getting set up to do some live entertainment here. So we're not going to be headed super fast. We're taking like the long way to downtown, but just see what sort of stuff we can find here. It is just a slow night. It's a Friday, and I usually like to go later on Friday, but I am going to be out all day tomorrow as well. So if there's no orders to be found, I'm not going to push much past the end of the Mets game here tonight. So make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm here to hang out, but also help you with all your side hustles, help you get financially free so you can start pursuing all your hopes and dreams and everything that takes money to accomplish in your life. If you're like me, help you get out of debt, all those different things. So that's why we're here, and we're just excited to have you with us here tonight. We're talking New York Mets baseball. Mets have a runner on first here with no outs. Swaggy Mark Vientos is up for the Mets. Vientos is going to strike out there. That's going to be the first down of the night. Brett Baty, who is one of the hottest New York Mets hitters, is hitting something like 350 in the month of August. Started the rally and scored the first run for the Mets in tonight's game as well. He is at the plate. Vientos looks like he's coming around. Baty looks like he's coming around. Lindor is coming around. We know the potential of Pete Alonso and Juan Soto. This is over the head of the right fielder. Pete Alonso is going to stop at third. And Baty's going to have a one-out double, and Baty's hot hitting continues. So that was hit right over Michael Harris's head in the outfield. So we're headed downtown towards Magic Dumpster. While we still have daylight, I'll give you guys a little bit of like I said, it's a little bit cloudier today, so not quite as much of the blue sky, but there's a little bit. And it's also like twilight here. Texas, Ohio State tomorrow morning. All right, I'm gonna have to figure out, because I gotta do Instacart stuff tomorrow too. So I'm at the point I have to do 5 Instacarts a day on average the rest of the way for like the next 40 days. So we might do it, but it might be interrupted quite a bit. We'll see, I guess. Cedric Mullins at the plate for the Mets. Runners on second and third with 2 outs here now. Mets need another 2-out base hit. Been hard to come by this season. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Cedric Mullins. Mets are up to nothing already. Trying to extend the lead a little bit here at the top of the third. It's a call strike, 2 balls, 1 strike to Cedric Mullins. To the Hurricanes. So the Hurricanes would be a key game. Mets and Dolphins both play tomorrow night at like 7. We got the double win Mets and Dolphins. Whatever was that, last Friday or Saturday? I can't remember. That's one of the other reasons too, I guess, or maybe an additional reason why I might go to bed sooner, so I can just get out earlier tomorrow and chunk out the Instacarts. I just need to start paying for this T-Mobile plan on this phone, because this phone is just streaming off the car Wi-Fi for right now. I just probably need to, or not T-Mobile, what is it? Anyway, Cricket or whatever it is. I'm seeing Iowa State, Kansas State tomorrow, midnight, and showing Texas, Ohio State is Saturday the 30th, next weekend. So I'm seeing a noon game for Iowa State, Kansas State tomorrow, the 23rd. This is Off the Top of the Wall by Cedric Mullins. Alonso scores. Brett Beatty scores. It's a two-run triple. Two-out two-run triple for Cedric Mullins. The Mets take a 4-0 lead in the top of the third. I'll double check, but if there's only one game, then maybe we'll just cover that as like the college football kickoff game or whatever. I don't know, maybe nobody cares. There we go. We're a little more open area, so there's a little more. You're kind of looking like southwest. Well, for as good as DoorDash has been the rest of this week, tonight is just not a stellar performance. It's kind of just been a weird day from the start today. Weird delivery day. A $20 for 16-mile double order is just way too far. Way too far. I'm getting grumpy. It's probably time for Sip Cup. Maybe we'll do that first. Maybe we'll pop into Panera. Unless we get a really good order here. I think that's the plan. Unless we get a good order, I'm just going to pop into Panera, get my Sip Cup so I have a drink to at least get me through the evening. Because I'm tired. I want to at least have enough energy to make it till 10 because the Mets are retired to end the top of the third, but they do have a nice 4-0 lead with Nolan McLean, their young pitcher, on the mound, giving them a lot of run support. He's had 2 solid innings so far to start the night as the Mets take on the Braves in Atlanta. So we're almost to Panera, so I'm going to just pop into Panera real quick, do a drink in a rest stop, real quick. Then we'll head down to Magic Dumpster. Talk a little more baseball, sports in general. See if we can find any more orders that are worth taking here tonight. Week 0. Yeah, so basically it's week 1 is just a it's like a 9-day affair from the first game, like at the start of week 0 to the end of week 1. I prefer that college football just do a hard launch. If you want to have like a Thursday night game, a Friday night game, something like that, but I think that first Saturday, or at least fill the day. If you just want to put 5 premium games on one, something like that, that would be a whole lot better. The idea of just playing one game tomorrow, I don't know. KC, how's it going? This is a leadoff double for the Braves here in the bottom of the 4th. It's also the first hit of the game for the Atlanta Braves. So Nolan McLean will get tested here after work out of some trouble. The Mets have an early 4-0 lead, so a little bit less pressure than normal. Halos versus Cubs tonight in Anaheim. Angels still hanging in there? I would love to see the Angels snipe a playoff spot. We're going to pop into Panera. I've got the Sip Club, so I can go get a free drink. So get a nice icy cold drink. Use the restroom real quick. So of course it's all contingent on me not getting a good order in the next minute or two. And then we're going to head downtown to Magic Dumpster as we continue to follow along the Mets game. Mets lead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Profar is up at the plate for the Braves. He was hit in his first plate appearance tonight. Yeah, I mean, I like both the Mariners and the Angels. I would love to see both of them in, but there's probably not room for both. Alright, well, I'll let you guys... I'll try to be in and out in 5 minutes so the stream doesn't time out. But I'll let you at least have a look towards the Gulf of America. That's a base hit for the Braves, too. It's going to be 4-1 Mets. So the Gulf of America is about a mile in the direction that you're looking. And by the way, I checked on... I forget which app. One of the apps changed it. DoorDash has not changed it. I think it's Instacart has changed it. Yeah. I'll show you guys. Oh, let me do it this way. Maybe get a clearer picture. So the Instacart map has Gulf of America. DoorDash map is out of date, has Gulf of Mexico. Old school. So, anyway, whatever you wish to call it. It's just about a mile that way. I'm gonna run in. Like I said, hopefully everything will stay running, and I'll be back as quick as possible. Mets up 4-1, bottom 3. I'm gonna go get sip cup, restroom, and we'll go head down to Magic Dumpster. All right, we are back at it. Sorry about that. I really needed a bathroom break, but they were cleaning the bathroom, so I had to wait. So, anyway, as soon as I got back out to the car, I turned on DoorDash, and we immediately, like within 10 seconds, like they were waiting for us, we immediately got a $15 plus large catering order from Cheesecake Factory, which is just kind of a hop, skip, and a jump across the street. So, of course, we grabbed it. The drop-off location isn't great, but I don't care. It's been so bad tonight. We got to take it. It says 11 items. Now, 5 of those items are napkins and utensils. But it's 3 burgers, a quesadilla, and a chicken parm sandwich. So it's 4-1 Mets still here. I think my stream might be a little bit behind, but so we're just sitting here at a red light. Just trying to, we gotta make a left turn and then another left to get into the Cheesecake Factory parking lot. I'm hoping that we don't have to wait for long. Like I said, this drop-off location isn't the greatest, but it's still more than $2 a mile, and at 8:30 at night, you cannot complain about something like this. So I got the strawberry fresca. It's like a strawberry basil lemonade. Drank a little bit out of it, added some ice, and then threw in some Mountain Dew. The Mets are going to extend their lead here. It is 5-1 Mets. I'm almost caught up on the stream here. Mets have a runner on first here with 1 out in the top of the 5th. 5-1 Mets. All right, we're pulling into Cheesecake Factory. So it's a large catering order of $100 plus. It's a good tip on it. At least I would say at least a $15 tip, maybe more. All right, we are at the pickup. I'm gonna leave the car running this time. It is 6-1 New York Mets. Mark Vientos has an RBI double. That brings the score to 6-1 Mets. Followed up now by an infield single by Brett Beatty. So now Mets have runners on first and third. 6-1 Mets, top of the fourth. Runners on first and third with 2 outs. Tyrone Taylor coming to the plate for the Mets. We just picked up our Cheesecake Factory order, which is $15 plus, which means it could be something, could be anywhere from like $15.25 to $30 or $40. Never know. But it's a good order. We got our directions and our GPS. It's pretty much dark here, but still get to enjoy a couple of palm trees. You can see here. We got to go 6 miles. The drop-off location's not great, but it's actually a little better than what I thought when I saw the map. So we'll take it. I've got my Panera Sip Cup, strawberry Fresca lemonade, and Mountain Dew. Keep me awake as well as you guys. So feel free. Talking sports, will be updating you guys on the Mets game as we go. Also doing food delivery. So anything you guys want to talk about, you just let me know, and we will be hanging out with you. And that ball goes down the right field line. Vientos is going to score. Tyrone Taylor's going to pull into second with a 2-out double. Another 2-out RBI for the Mets. So Mets have runners on second and third with 2 outs and a 7-1 lead. So hope everybody is doing well. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're here to help you with your side hustles, but also just hanging out a little bit and talking some sports here tonight. Let's see, what's the fastest way they're going to take us there? Yeah, that kind of makes sense. All right, so this drop-off is, like I said, not quite as bad as I was expecting it to be when I first saw the map. It's actually going to set us, we'll only be a few miles away from getting back to downtown in good order. Of course, it's a large catering order that's going to pay out at least $15 at 8:30 at night. I am not complaining one bit. All right, Cedric Mullins is now at the plate for the Mets. It's a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, Cedric Mullins. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. So Mets are up 7-1, but honestly, the way this team has been playing, I want every single runner to score. And that's a walk. The bases are going to be loaded. The Mets will bat around this inning. I think this is going to bring Hayden Sanger to the plate if I know the lineup. Sanger fouls off the first pitch. No balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded Mets. Mets are up 7-1. 3 runs in this inning already. and the chance for Sanger and the Mets to completely take control. That ball's grounded foul down the third baseline. No balls, 2 strikes to Hayden Sanger. Sanger is on the roster due to the injury to Francisco Alvarez. Sanger is catching tonight specifically due to his familiarity with Nolan McLean, the pitcher for the Mets, because both of them were together down in AAA at the same time. So it's a great opportunity for McLean to have a catcher that he's comfortable already pitching to from the minor leagues. 1 ball, 2 strikes now with the outside pitch to Sanger. Sanger has the opportunity to just completely bust the doors off this game the rest of the way. We got about 4 miles to go for this drop-off. A little bit of a sprinkle, starting to rain just a little bit out here. That's grounder short. Sanger's going to be retired, and the inning will be up. But the Mets are up 7-1, going to the bottom of the 5th inning. This is the type of offensive outburst that we should be expecting regularly from the Mets. Doesn't need to be every game, but it definitely needs to be more often than what it has been. As always, appreciate having you guys here. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're on the journey to 2,000 subscribers. We're at 1921. So, just 79 subscribers away from the 2,000 mark. So, appreciate you guys. We're on commercial break right now, so you're not missing any of the Mets action. I'm still driving to the next delivery, so you're not missing any of the food delivery action. So, anyway, feel free to chime in. Let me know what's going on. What teams are you cheering for? What are you doing? Oh, we're back. Sorry, guys. Chat was not showing up. Hi, Bree. Hi, Lisa. How's it going? You got your 9-monther showed up. Felix is here. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry, guys. I was like, sometimes you got to refresh chat, especially after the stream. I'm talking. I'm like, I know there are people here. I see the numbers. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. All right. So, well, I feel dumb now. I got to remember to refresh the chat a little more often. All right. So we're good. We are currently in the middle. This is a $15 plus. By the way, for those of you who missed the earlier stream, I got delayed order pickup pay tonight on DoorDash. Wait pay. They added an extra $5. Now, it happened to be a large catering order, but I have never, in all of my DoorDash deliveries, ever gotten bonus money just for waiting for a customer. If I got $5 every time I waited for a customer, $5 extra, I'd have like thousands more dollars in my pocket. So I'm all for this plan. I can show you guys some screenshots a little bit later when I get to parking. So it was not an easy cater, but it was a large catering order. You know, so like a traditional. So it was only. It had $250 base pay. Was all it was. It was $250 base pay. Yeah, so I wonder if DoorDash is just rolling it out to all large order program stuff, which is great. Because instead of getting a late violation, which I would have 2 or 3 months ago, instead I got $5 for waiting for a customer, which of course I was going to do. because it was a $22 plus that turned into $22.50, but which turned into $27.50. So anyway, I see that as a very positive sign that maybe just for programming purposes, they're just adding $5. I mean, it was automatic, didn't have to ask for it, it just showed up. Yeah, there's a solo home run by Ronald Acuna Jr. 7-2 Mets here. So it is strange, but I have been seeing more, I'll call them crooked numbers, even though that's not probably the right term. That's more of a baseball term, but I've been seeing some more generous payouts from DoorDash, which I am fine with, by the way. I don't know what your guys' take is on all this, but I am perfectly fine with DoorDash paying more if the customer tips less. That truck just ran a red light. My goodness. My goodness. Did you guys see that? Did you see that truck run that red light? I mean, hardcore. Like, cars were starting to move the other way. That was almost a really bad accident. That was blatant. So those two trucks were traveling together. The first one, I don't know, I think he went on yellow into red. Just rewind back like 30 seconds, Bree. But the second guy totally blew the red. Like 100% blew it. We're like a mile and a half away from our drop off here. So we're almost there. We're going to head down towards Magic Dumpster after this. Like I said, getting a large catering. This is $15 plus, so I'm going to say we're probably looking at 22 here. Or 17. I mean, almost all of my orders tonight have been just barely over the plus, so maybe it's going to be 17. I don't know. $2 base pay plus $15 tip. It's like three burgers and chicken sandwich or something. It's been slow tonight, though. It's just been a battle. But we win. We're going to win. By the way, if you want to be able to have spiffy little green posts like Lisa had earlier with her 9-month anniversary post, you guys can become a channel member. I honestly don't even remember what the membership levels are at this particular point in time. But we're going to be trying to build that membership thing back up again. So you might as well get on the train early and start earning your extra colorful emojis. There you go. There's all the emojis Lisa's sharing with you. So love to have you guys join us as we continue to do this. Plus we'll be ready for whenever it comes, our first Tom Grassi raid, whenever the NFL season starts. A diving play by Lindor. Get the runner at first. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. 7-2 Mets. So I'm going to be out pretty much all day tomorrow. We'll have a supper shift again from 5 to 6:30 or something like that. We'll do a supper stream, and then we're going to have a joint Mets and Dolphins dual stream going on at the same time tomorrow, because the Mets and the Dolphins play at roughly the same time tomorrow. So we'll cover both Mets and Dolphins. It'll be Dolphins preseason, Mets regular season game. Then we might also do a college football stream at noon tomorrow. I have not yet decided. But it is the first game of the college football regular season. are like just a few blocks away from this drop off, so I'm gonna I'll turn the camera around so you can see me, but not really. There I am. That's where I am in the dark. You can picture me. Every time you see light from the other way, you get to see a glimpse of my ghoulish face in the moonlight or whatever. What was that? Pirates of the Caribbean, right? They turned into skeletons in the moonlight. The Curse of the Black Pearl. Sorry, I'm a Pirates of the Caribbean fan. So. I have not watched the movies here in quite a few years, but what's our number? It looks like this one, maybe. They have a light on. Nope. Of course it's not the one. Nope. Not that one. It's not the house with the light on. It's the house that's completely dark. That's funny. Yeah. Why would I think it's the house with the light on that I'm delivering to? I should have assumed it's the house that's pitch black, right? Alright, I got 3 bags here. There's a lot of stuff. Thankfully, no drinks, though. Just to leave at the door, order it. Yeah. I guess they have a tiny light on by the front door, but there's no like garage light. Oh my goodness, this is lots of bags. Alright, 3 bags. But that's what we need to get the bags of cash, so we do what we gotta do. I'll be right back. Beautiful, beautiful. 27 bucks, $25 tip on that. Good work. Good work, people. That's the thing. This is the one thing that's super nice with this Platinum. Now that I have it back, beyond just being able to dash now anytime, all it takes is like one good order to make a good hour. So it's like, even though we've had a slow night, you know, I'm still almost to my $100 goal for the night. It's pretty nice. $34, $54, $61. $71, $72, $73. Yeah, we're like 73. So it just takes one good order to make a good hour. Lindor steals second, and the ball gets away, and he actually moves to third on the error. Starting to see a little more rain too. I like rain because rain usually sends drivers home. We want less drivers and less people going out to get their food. We'll go do some work. mind you, we're doing all this with a 9% acceptance rate on DoorDash. So it's under the new piloted point system. And now that they've worked some of the kinks out of it, it's not perfect, but I'm going to tell you what, it's pretty good if you're a good driver. We're going to head down to Magic Dunder if we don't get another order. Here, that's the direction we're headed. And then beyond that, then I'll get caught up on chat and everything while I'm down there, because I know I missed some stuff. But Juan Soto walks here. So Mets have 2 runners on. Almost out of this neighborhood here. Alright, we'll make it a little... Alright, the Mets are going to strand runners on second and third to end the inning. So it remains 7-2. Of course, there is no lead that feels comfortable for the Mets right now. Well, it's some heavier rain coming now. Wow. It's funny, it's like a really small blip on the radar, but it's absolutely just dumping. You deliver the back door of a large home, customer wasn't happy about it. I had the opposite one time where Bree, the customer said to deliver it to their back door, and I did, and they said, "What are you doing in our backyard?" I said, "The note said to deliver to the backyard." They're like, "Oh, well, that's just an old note." I'm like, well, that doesn't help me. Going to the bottom of the 5th inning, 7-2 Mets. Nolan McLean still pitching for the Mets. I gotta go extra slow here, just because this car does not handle puddles well. But I love delivering in the rain if it means I can get good orders, so we're gonna go see what we can go find out. Of course, there's also got to be orders in order to make it worthwhile, so. Oh, it's a large catering order, but it's only $9 for 5 miles. Come on, cheapskates. You can pony up $100 for food. You can pony up 10 for a tip. Oh, we got an accident here. We got an accident. I'm gonna go make sure everybody's good. You guys see that? Hold on. We're just gonna go make sure everybody's good. We don't have anything going on ourselves. Hang tight. I'll be back with you. There's police showing up here too. We're just gonna make sure they're good. All right, always something entertaining. I don't know if he's checking on me. Like, don't you just love it when the police like shine the light in their eyes? That must have just happened. All right, we're good. We did our helpful community service. Well, there always something exciting. Where do I get out of here? I don't even know how to get out of here. Where is it? This way. Okay, not that way. We gotta go over this way. Hey, I did not. Okay. No, it must have just happened, okay. But I just saw no one was here and they were still on the road, so I just stopped in. So.
Thanks for stopping by. Have
yep.
a good one,
okay? I was not a witness to the event, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, I don't know. All right. When you're out on the roads a lot, there's always interesting things you get to see happening. So. Tried to do the good thing, try to help some people. They're both good, I guess, good-ish. I was trying to figure out how it happened because both cars were facing the wrong way on traffic. But yep. Yeah, a lot of times rain rain can bring out good tippers. And in my market, it also just tippers go home when it rains a lot of times. So we might turn on Uber Eats. I did do an Uber Eats last night. So I'm trying to slowly work my Uber Eats up to 30% acceptance rate by taking one a day. As long as it's not as bad as $4 for 11 miles, the 411 rule. So I turned it on last night. I got an order. It was $4 for 4 miles. And the drop-off was my neighbor. So I was like, okay, I guess that's a sign it's time to go home. So, like, my across-the-street neighbor, I dropped it off to my across-the-street neighbor. Let's see. It rained. I do know that this right lane gets super puddly over here. I'm not going to stay out like crazy late because I am going to be out all day. But we'll go hang out by Magic Dumpster. That's where we're headed. We're only like a mile away. And then once I'm satisfied that we're done with like really good DoorDash orders, I'll maybe throw on Uber Eats. I'd love to find another $25. That would be ideal. But we can't really control what is sent to us either, so. So what we'll do is we'll get to Magic Dumpster. I'll do a full reset of the Mets game of where things are at there. Get caught up on anything else from chat that I've missed. Plain Sharks, how's it going? Yep, 7-2 Mets. There's a hit for Tyrone Taylor here as well. So it's been an eventful last half an hour, 40 minutes. So let me park. We're headed to Magic Dumpster as we speak. No one's in our spot, so that's good. For those of you who are new here, Magic Dumpster is where we love to go to find good orders. It's in the back alley behind a lot of our high-end restaurants here. Alright, so let me get parked. I don't know if you guys could see Magic Dumpster as we drove by, but there we go. There's Magic Dumpster. I'm doing well, Plain Shark. So how are you doing tonight? Alright. Let's do this. Let's do that. I'm going to pull up just a little bit more. All right, the Mets are going to be retired. Oh, no, that's not correct. Hold on. All right, sorry. I had bad info. I was trying to just get caught up. Cedric Mullins is up. Count as no balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here. Top of the 6th inning. This game is on Apple TV, so I'm just listening to it. I had like 3 free months of Apple TV for my iPhone, but that has since expired. All right, so in that last little drop off, we had a $15 plus drop off from Cheesecake Factory that turned into $27. On our way to downtown, we passed by an accident that just happened in the rain. We stopped, asked to see if everybody was good, and just as we arrived, the police arrived on the scene as well. Everybody seemed okay. They were up and walking around. Police asked me if I saw it, and we did not. It happened right before we got there. Not long, but... So, anyway, so now we're downtown. What we're going to do, once we're convinced here that there's no more, like, amazing orders coming, we're going to turn on Uber Eats. We're going to take one Uber Eats. Hopefully... I'm trying to take one Uber Eats and it wants me to take a picture of myself. We were talking about this earlier tonight. Hayden Sanger grounds into double play. All right. So there is a quest going on right now. I don't know if it's in our market. An extra $1 for one trip. Our acceptance rate in Uber Eats is at 4%. We will take any offer they send us, unless we get a better one from DoorDash. We also need to get our metric-wise. We need to get our cancellation rate down. It's at 10%. So, we're trying to slowly work our way towards goal. But we have the 411 rule. Because I think that was Jaeger. I think Jaeger took a $4 for 11 mile. Was that Jaeger or was that Midnight? I can't remember who took. I think it was Jaeger. Took a 4 for 11. Anyway. And so we decided, okay, that's the standard. You don't have to take anything worse than 4 for 11. All right, so it's commercial break for the Mets game right now because that double play ended the inning. 7-2 Mets going to the bottom of the 6th. Nolan McLean should still be pitching for the Mets. What is his pitch count at right now? He's only at 68 pitches through 5 innings, so that's absolutely great. So we have DoorDash, we have Uber Eats, we have Grubhub, we have Instacart. All on, ready to go. We're going to sit here. I'm going to give Uber Eats till 9:15 because I'm not going to do this forever. It's been so hard to even get Uber Eats orders on green. And then when you do get them, they're just almost all junk. But we're in the orange zone. Everything else around us is yellow, so we should be in the best zone to get an order. And no matter what direction I head, 11 miles from here is not bad. I mean, there's plenty of places 11 miles is not good, but none of those would ruin the rest of my night. Just I zoomed out a little bit more, so this is the whole area. And we've just been sitting here. I bet if I was a top Uber Eatser right now, there would be all sorts of all sorts of orders coming through. But I'm just not willing to put that much time into Uber Eats. I mean, they just took what was, I wouldn't say the best, but it was the most solid delivery app, the way the old Uber Eats was. Basically, anybody could get a good order. You just had to be picky. You had to kind of know how it worked. And they just utterly ruined that app. There's one out here in the 6th inning. Only going to give Uber Eats 5 more minutes to give me a good order. We might actually start heading towards home too, even though the Mets game's not over yet. But like I said, I'm going to be out all day tomorrow, so I'm not interested in sitting around and doing nothing tonight. Tomorrow will be my first day delivering without the kids since like last Saturday. So I want to make the most of it. The other thing that I find interesting with Uber is it really tends to not give orders unless you have it on the front of the screen. All right, I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to go run in and do a restroom stop really quick. And then I'll be back with you guys in a few minutes. I'll let you watch all the sketch people walk by the car. I'll try to be back before the timer times out on this. If not, we'll go live as soon as we get it again. Be right back with you. All right, we are back at it once again. Wanted to give a quick update. So while I did the quick little bathroom break, we actually did get an Uber Eats order, and it's not horrible. It's $4 for 4 miles once again. So $4 for 4 miles once again. And it's taking us away from downtown back towards the Lightning and all that you can see right here. But the good news is we're going to daisy chain it with a Grubhub order that we already grabbed that's going to bring us back towards downtown. So we had a 4 for 4 and we compared it with a 9 for 7. We're not taking another Uber Eats order. That is 3 in a row that we have taken on Uber Eats as we try to work towards 30 in a row in the most painless or least painful way possible, however you wish to say that. Mayberry, how's it going? Sorry I missed you coming in. The Mets also scored 2 more runs on a Juan Soto home run. We're going to drive right past that accident that we saw and stopped to help with before. I still see the police lights are there, so it's still an ongoing active scene. Somebody's car ended up like in an electrical box or something like that, so I wonder if I'm sure someone's going to have to get towed for all of that. It's in the other lane of traffic, so you guys won't be able to see that, but so we're going to drop off this Uber Eats $4 for 4 mile, and then we have a China Chen Chinese restaurant on Grubhub that we're going to pick up there, and it's going to take us right back to downtown. So it's very scary on these apps when you decide, like, I'm going to take every order or I'm going to take the next order no matter what. But we're just trying to figure out like I said, to help people get to gold who are on green, or at least to go test out gold. As you guys can see, lots of lightning all around here tonight in the distance. We're going to at least do a test run to see if we can get anything better once we're on gold. The plan is, once I get to gold, I'm only going to turn on Uber Eats for peak supper time. Maybe like lunch on Saturdays and Sundays too. With the goal of seeing, okay, can I at least keep it? Can I hold? Are there enough good orders to hold a 30% acceptance rate once I get there? You know, or is it not even worth? Do I need to get all the way up to the 50% to make it even worth my time? So, don't know. It remains to be seen. But that's the plan. But I'm not putting a lot of time or effort into it. My primary is getting my Instacart to Diamond. Still have to do like 190 deliveries over the next 40 days. Basically 5 deliveries a day on Instacart. And we are platinum on DoorDash, so maintaining platinum. One out here in the bottom of the 7th. Nolan McLean still pitching for the Mets. His first outing, I think he had like 5 shutout innings, but tonight 7, or on the verge of 7 innings with only given up 2 runs, and one of them being a home run to Ronald Acuna Jr. It's hard to, I would say this is maybe even a better performance, even though he gave up more runs. Mauricio's coming to play third base for the Mets. Increase the defense here just a tad. We only have like 1 mile to go. Or 1.5 miles to our Uber Eats drop off, and then it's done. I've already paused orders. We're gonna turn off the app as soon as it's dropped off. I'm done. 1 a day is my pain tolerance level for horrible Uber Eats orders. And I don't even know if we do 30 in a row if that's going to automatically get us gold. There might be other metrics that you have to fix, but we're going to start there. And supposedly, once you get gold, you have it for the remainder of that month and the next month. So I could see there being a world where if gold is worth it, you could just pound out 30 deliveries in a row at the beginning of the month and just take them. Oh, there's more lightning. Just pound out 30 deliveries in a row and then be like, okay, now I'm just going to cherry pick for the rest of this month. But we'll see if that's actually how it works, because I don't know if I trust Uber Eats on anything that comes out. There's another strikeout for Nolan McLean. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. So runner on first, Ozzie Albies at the plate. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. We're going to go right past our pickup, this Chinese food place. Alright, and we are passing by our Chinese food restaurant that we're doing for our Grubhub, so we can mark ourselves as arrived as we go by. And we just got to go just a block or 2 down this street. We'll go ahead and turn this around so we're not showing any customer info. This is a $4 for 4 mile. It was from La Trattoria, one of our downtown restaurants, which usually gets good tips, but not tonight. This is probably a $1 or $2 tip. But we're not doing this one for the money. We're doing this one for the metrics. So I think one of the biggest things to realize, by the way, the Mets get out of that inning. McLean gets through 7 strong innings in his second major league start. Hope the Pirates win tomorrow. I'm not sure if it says it's here. It's not that one. I'm not sure if we're counting up or down. That's weird. Hold on. Said we've arrived, but I can't see anything. Here we go. Alright, hang tight. I got a car getting past me here. We'll let them go. I gotta meet them at the door. I'll be right back. Just like you would expect from a low tip delivery. Meet the customer. Nobody answers the door. Have to send a message. They finally came out. Yeah. I officially nominate Uber Eats as the worst delivery app as it's currently configured. The percentage of bad Uber Eats orders is so high. It's 7-2 Mets, top of the 8th inning. It's raining hard in Atlanta. There's a base hit for Cedric Mullins. Brett Beatty is also going to third, so 3 hits for Cedric Mullins tonight. I don't think I can get back into that over here, so we're going to go around here. We're going to end up getting a rain delay. We'll see. Seems like the way everything is going, there's going to be 2 more runs scored for the Mets here. 11-2 is the new score. Sorry, I think I said 7-2. It was 9-2. 11-2 Mets now. All right, so now we are at the Chinese place. This was like literally just the other side of the neighborhood we just dropped off to. This is our Grubhub. It's going to bring us right back downtown. We have DoorDash off completely right now, but we'll, I think I actually ended the dash. We're just going to start a brand new, fresh dash. It says stay busy with lots of offers on DoorDash. So as soon as we get this one dropped, we'll see. All right, so here we go. We're going to go see if you can watch me. All right, well, that one was ready. So that's nice. Just got to figure out how to get out of here. You're going to the game tomorrow, Mayberry. Awesome. Well, I hope you have a great day. There's not much in my mind that beats a day at the ballpark. So I wish I could go more, but I'll have you go for me. Lindor just misses a home run. It's going to be 2 outs for the Mets here in the top of the 8th. Yeah, this drop-off is right back down by the Mall and Cheesecake Factory, so we'll see if we have any other big orders that are left out here, but we've almost accomplished everything. We're still a few dollars short of our $100 evening goal here. But we've seen accidents tonight. We've seen major trucks run red lights and almost cause accidents. It's been a wild night of deliveries. Random rainstorms, lightning, a couple of huge, large catering orders, a 37 and a 27. It's been... We'll hang with you through the end of the Mets game here, assuming it doesn't get rain delayed. If it goes to a rain delay, I think I'm going to probably call it at that point. But going to the bottom of the 8th inning. (11-2) is the score for the Mets. Yeah, derails. It just really makes you wonder where could this team be right now had they brought up McLean a month ago. It's really unfortunate, but I'm not watching tonight because it's Apple TV, but I'm listening. And McLean just has this attitude for this. He just seems to have the makeup of being a number one starter. I'm not saying he's got the skill set yet to do it, but he's got the mindset. I'm like, if he's got the mindset, that means he's just going to put the work in. And I believe the skill set will come if he has the mindset to begin with. We're sorry, we're top of the 8th. I thought the inning was over. It was a pitching change. Soto's at the plate right for the Mets. I believe that's the breakdown. Yeah, Soto's at the plate. Still raining pretty hard. They're trying to push through. It is not raining here in Southwest Florida right now, but there is lightning all over the place. There's a wild pitch. Hayden Sanger's going to go to second base. So we're dropping off. This is our Grubhub order is taking us back downtown. So we took a $4 for 4 Mile Uber Eats. That's our one Uber Eats of the night. There's a base hit up the middle. Hayden Sanger's going to score. 12-2 Mets. The 21st base hit for the Mets tonight. I don't understand how this offense doesn't do this all the time, or at least on a much more regular basis. That being said, I am very happy that they chose to do it tonight. And to do it in support of a young pitcher. I'm not ready to declare this team like a true World Series contender yet, but they just have to figure out how to do this consistently, night in and night out, and not be so streaky. That's probably the part that makes me the most nervous, is like, this is great, but tomorrow night I feel like there's a 50-50 chance that the Mets won't score a run till the 8th inning. Alright, we're going to turn the camera around because we are almost to our drop-off location. $12-2 Mets is the score. I'm not sure if I said the correct score, but... Alright, gotta find this house here. We're on the right road. No local high school football game tonight, at least not a home game. I think they're on the road because they were home last week. We had to avoid all this because there was lots of traffic and police and pedestrians and all that, so we tried to avoid this area last week. But tonight, all quiet, all dark at the football field. Tomorrow is the first day of college football. So here's what I'm going to tell you what I know I don't know if we're going to do a college football stream tomorrow, but we will do a dual Mets and Dolphins stream tomorrow night at around 7. All right, we're going to go drop this order off here real quick. Be right back with you. Alright, we're dropped off. That was a $9 for 7 miles. Again, not a great order, but it just brought us right back downtown. Gonna buckle up, we're gonna back out. We're still gonna give Magic Dumpster credit for the $4 for 4 mile because it's what we wanted. We wanted an Uber Eats order that wasn't super long distance and we got it. Obviously we like higher pay, but we're not expecting that under the current Uber Eats setup. Alright, so we got that dropped off. Let's see, this is 8 for 5 with a bad drop off. We're going to say no to that. There can still be some decent orders out here on a Friday night. Now, I'm not holding out for like $20, $30 orders, but $8 to $10 orders for a mile or less, definitely possible here. All right, Reed Garrett's pitching for the Mets. There's a runner on second. I didn't hear how that happened. Maybe it was leadoff double. Whatever. 12-2, Mets over the Bravos. So we will stick with you either until the end of the game or until the game goes into a rain delay. That's what we got for tonight. But make sure you guys hit the like, hit the subscribe. We'll be live 5 o'clock-ish, 5 to 5:30-ish tomorrow for a Side Hustle Ask Me Anything stream, followed by Mets, Braves, and Dolphins, Jaguars, I believe it is. So we're going to do that. That will be around 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Those are the 2 streams for sure tomorrow. Maybe we'll do college football, but I'm not going to promise that because I do need to get Instacarts done tomorrow. But we'll see how the morning goes for Instacart or how much I'm going to sleep in or whatever. So fell asleep waiting on orders. Yeah. So I did get my one. I got my one Uber Eats for the day. What was that? $3.75 for 0.8 miles from Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, no, dog. That's not a thing. We got some coming up ahead here. There's some police lights or something going on. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's the point of night I'm at, where it's like, if I can find like 8 to 10 for 1 mile or 8 to 3 3 to 5 items on. I haven't seen a good Instacart for a while. I had one I should have taken, but I hesitated too long earlier. I hesitated because the drop-off location was far. I guess it's just construction going on up here. It was $50. It was a $38 tip, but it was like 18 miles, and I kind of hesitated on the distance. And it was 2 different orders, and one was alcohol. So it was like, there were a lot of things. Yeah. Now they tried to bundle that Cheesecake Factory with a Chipotle. $9.25 for 5 miles. $3.75 to $4.75. That Chipotle probably has almost a $5 tip on it. It's a shame that they got paired up with a poor order. So the rain is starting to lighten up. There's a hard shot down to Pete Alonso at first. He fields it, but can't get to first in time. Braves are going to score there. It's 12-3. So we're going to go park by Magic Dumpster, but we're going to put a pretty... We're not going to stay here long. We'll say maybe like 10-10. We'll say 10-10. We'll give it like 10 minutes at Magic Dumpster. Mainly because I want to give DoorDash one last chance here. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We already got our Magic Dumpster order. I'm going to just go... We'll do this. We haven't done this. This may be a little more fun for those of you who are watching. I'm going to just go down a side road, and then we're going to drive all the way back out 5th Avenue South, the front side of all of our nice fancy restaurants. I'm just going to do that. So we're just going to drive to the end, and we'll drive the whole way out, and then if we get nothing, it's enough time for if there's a decent order around here for us to get it. But if we get nothing, then we'll just head in the direction of home. Because like I said, I'm going to be out all day tomorrow. Maybe as early as 7 or 8. We'll see. I have not had a $300 day in a long time, let alone a $400 day. So I really want to get one of those soon. Dashing Womble, how's it going? Hope you are doing well tonight. Long time no talk. Hope that your deliveries and your streaming are all going well. So we're just about ready to be done for the night, I think. So I'll give the breakdown here for the Mets game. Braves are still up here on the bottom of the 8th. It's 12-3. Let's see, and then in terms of our deliveries, I did get my 5 Instacarts done for the day. I need to do 5 a day for the next 40 days to get to Diamond Cart by the end of September. So that's what I'm generally doing in the morning. Is I just only turn on Instacart unless it's super slow. I just run Instacart only. So we got my 5 done. I didn't take any this evening, but I got my 5 for today. So I think I'm at 110 with 190 to go. There's a base hit for Acuna. Profar's going to score. It's 12-4. I don't trust this bullpen at all. Then on DoorDash, I am a Platinum Dasher under the new pilot program. So we have the new pilot points program down here in Southwest Florida. And we've gotten multiple large catering orders tonight as a Platinum Dasher. And our acceptance rate is 9%. So now that they fixed some of the issues with the late delivery metric, I give the new program, it's the best of the new programs that they've had since they got rid of the old school Top Dasher. It's still, nothing will ever be as good as Top Dasher plus catering. That was a beautiful combo, so nothing's ever going to be that good, but since they've gone away with that, this is the best program for DoorDash so far. Alright, so we're going to drive down 5th Avenue. These are our Fancy Pants restaurants. I'm doing this for the entertainment value for you guys, as well as to see if we can find one more order here. We do have Uber Eats off, so I'm trying to get to gold on Uber Eats by taking one Uber Eats order a day. And we took our one, we got a $4 for 4 mile, and we're gonna see if we take one order a day for 30 days in a row, if that'll get us to gold on Uber Eats. Because if not, I'm probably gonna just not care and I'll just go back to running Uber Eats all the time and just decline. When I started this trek, I think I was at 1% acceptance rate on Uber Eats. It has gone to absolute trash since they rolled out this new green Uber Eats green gold whatever program. All right, Mets get out of that inning 12-4, going to the top of the 9th. This will be the Mets' last at bats for this game. We'll see if the Braves pitch a position player here, or if they got somebody else they want to. So you can see all the palm trees with all the lights. This is not decorated for anything special. This is like always like this all the time. Don't want to know what the electric bill is for down here, that's for sure. So we got lots of high-end restaurants. There's also dessert shops, other things going on down here. So realtors, all sorts of things. 5th Avenue South down here in Southwest Florida. But absolutely nothing coming through for orders. So we'll just do this for you guys. This 12-4 Mets going to the top of the 9th inning. So coming up here, we just passed Cafe Milano. That's one of our regular restaurants. K1, how's it going? And then just a little bit past here, we're almost to See this yellow and white striped building. This is La Trattoria. We did it. That was where our Uber Eats order was from earlier tonight. Homemade Italian. And then just, if you look all the way down to the end, is Sushi Thai downtown. That's one of our favorite places. Lots of good people in there as well. So it's currently 12-4 Mets over the Braves. Top of the ninth. Mets' last chance to pad the lead. That's good. What are you up to tonight, K1? We're just waiting at a stoplight here, but so we're going to just start heading in the direction of home. Actually, near my house is probably the best late night food that we have. There's a sports bar called Miller's Ale House. This yellow car in front of me has no clue what he's doing. He's not driving within the lines. Probably drunk. We're gonna get out of here. So yeah, we're gonna just start heading in the direction of home. We got I haven't seen a DoorDash order for like 10 minutes now, and we just went through like the best of what we have for like downtown late night food. So it's almost time to transition over to Taco Bell and that sort of stuff, but we're not going to stay out much longer. I'm still going, Bree, up because the Mets game is still going. Mets are up here, top of the ninth. Awesome. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by. So we're out talking Mets baseball while doing food delivery. Both of those are almost done for the night. All right, the Mets go down in the top of the ninth. It remains 12-4. So we are running Grubhub, Instacart, and DoorDash, but it's been just dead quiet here for quite a few minutes. This white car in the right lane, he really wants to go fast, but he keeps getting stuck at the red lights even though he's going, like he's gunning it. What is this? It's like a Mazda there. He keeps gunning it when the light goes green, but he's gotten stuck at like 3 red lights in a row. It's really kind of funny. We'll see. He's got 2 cars blockading in front of him. Is he going to try to actually maneuver all the way around to the left? Let's see. He's going to get it. Is he going through this time? Yeah, he's running the red light this time. He totally ran that red light. He didn't stop. He's like, forget it. But he totally ran that red light. Not the first one we saw tonight. Got all sorts of vehicles doing all sorts of weird turns and maneuvers here tonight. Red light running, car crashes. It's a bunch of people who are just really bad at driving. I think I'm even going to just take the direct route home. I'm not going to take the long way home tonight. Sliding over to our right turn lane here. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Bottom of the 9th. Ryan Helsley is pitching for the Mets here in the 9th inning. They're saying Tyler McGill had a good rehab assignment in AAA today, so that's good. Five innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts for Tyler McGill against the AAA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates. That was in his rehab start. Nationals ended up beating the Phillies tonight. That was a comeback win for the Nationals. They actually scored some runs off of Joan Duran for the Phillies to steal that game, which, of course, if the Mets hold on, which they better, Mets will only be 6 games behind Philly. My goodness. Reds, who are trying to track down the Mets from behind, they're up 2-1 on the Diamondbacks. There's a fly out. There's 1 out for the Braves here in the bottom of the 9th. There's a runner on first. Mets are trying to put this game away. They are up 12-4, an 8-run lead, 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Ryan Helsley pitching for the Mets. Marcell Ozuna on first for the Braves. That's what we have going on. If you guys got anything else you want to say, let me know. Now would be the time. I'll double check chat here in just a second. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. We'll be live, say right around 5:30 tomorrow evening, something like that. I'm going to try to push aggressively for a $300 day tomorrow. That's the goal. Don't know if that's going to happen. We ended up just under, I mean, there's always a chance a last minute order would come in here, but I'm going to assume we're basically done. It's going to be about 86 bucks on the night. 2 really good orders sandwiched by a whole bunch of nothing and lower orders. But we did get 2 Grubhubs. We got our 1 Uber Eats. I think 3 DoorDash orders. If you guys haven't seen the latest installment of the eBay store revitalization, that video posted, so you can go check that out. The pinned comment is my playlist I'm getting started and getting going on YouTube if you want to get that going for yourself. A bunch of different tips, tricks, lessons that I've learned. So you can kind of watch that playlist as we wrap things up here. We're going to be home and hopefully the game will be over shortly. There's a fly out to Tyrone Taylor. It's going to be 2 outs for the Braves. Braves do have runners on second and third. So Braves have runners on second and third. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Mets are up 12-4. It would be midnight, so I just feel like, okay, if I'm taking like lots of Instacarts, you know, maybe they won't be orders, but maybe I can just get enough. I kind of want to aim for like 10 Instacarts tomorrow. And then a Saturday night and DoorDash with Platinum on a Saturday night. And I can go about 16 hours tomorrow. I mean, I don't think I can get it in 12. I don't have enough. I don't think there'll be enough good orders to get 312, but maybe if I can get it in 16. Or, I mean, you can always get it if you get an amazing supper. It's 10 for 13 from DoorDash. We're going to pass on that, of course. There's a 2-out RBI single for the Braves. Runners on first and third with 2 outs here. So I'm going to hang with you guys to the end of the game. But we're just about home. Already have Uber off. Turning DoorDash off. It's time to put all the apps to sleep. I'm also a little disappointed we didn't have a single eBay sale this evening, so I guess everybody's out and about, not doing shopping on a Friday night. Twelve to 5 Mets. Two balls, 2 strikes is the count here. 2 outs, runners on first and third. Ryan Helsley trying to put this game away. I mean, it's still a comfortable lead, but you give up a home run here and it's 12-8. All of a sudden, you're like, come on. This ball is over Soto's head. It's going to be a 2-run double, and it is 12-7 Mets. So here we go. It's 12-7 because once again our bullpen is horrible. It's amazing how bad our bullpen has been. It's 9:19, 10:19 here, so. All right, we're sending out offers on 4 of our eBay items. All right. And the Mets get a ground out, barehanded over to first to win the game. So just as Edwin Diaz gets up in the pen, Mets win. It was a less than impressive bullpen outing the last 2 innings. The Mets gave up 5 runs in the 8th and 9th. I mean, the 3 runs that they scored in the top of the 8th that seemed like fun runs, they ended up being pretty important. Otherwise, it would have been a 2-run game. Like the game-tying run would have been up had the Mets not scored 3 in the top of the 8th. But 12 runs on 21 hits for the Mets. So that is great. As always, turn this on here. As always, I appreciate all of you. We will be live for sure in the 5 to 5:30 range tomorrow night. That is the plan. We might have a surprise live. We'll see. I'll see how I'm feeling, see how everything is going. But plan on seeing you about then. And then we will have a dual Mets and Dolphins stream tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So we'll be talking baseball and football. Mets and the Dolphins have their final preseason game. Really, the big question is Quinn Ewers going to win the backup quarterback job for the Dolphins? So that's kind of what we got. As always, appreciate each and every one of you. Large to you. Oh, I thought I was going to beat you, Midnight, but you got it. You beat me tonight. Once again. Large to you, Midnight. But appreciate you. Please make sure you all hit the like, hit the subscribe on the way out the door. We are ending the night at 1921 for subs. And we're going to get back at it once again tomorrow. So I appreciate all of you. And with that, last person out, please turn off the lights and have